My dear friends, love is one of the most powerful forces in our lives. But love is not meant to leave you anxious, waiting, or uncertain. Love, in its true form, feels safe. It feels like a gentle hand resting on your heart, reminding you that you are cherished just as you are. When love is safe, it never asks you to doubt yourself. It does not push you into guessing games or leave you wondering where you stand. Instead, it affirms you. It honors your presence. It brings clarity and comfort, not confusion. So many of us have mistaken unpredictability for passion and inconsistency for love. But real love does not leave you restless at night. Real love does not keep you questioning your worth. Real love is a steady flame that warms you, not a flicker that comes and goes with the wind. You deserve a love that encourages your growth, not one that makes you shrink to fit into someone else's silence. You deserve communication that is open and kind, a love that speaks truth without making you feel small. A safe love makes you feel at home in yourself. It creates a sanctuary where you can be vulnerable, where your laughter and your tears are both welcome. It is a love that respects your boundaries, that celebrates your uniqueness, that sees you as enough, exactly as you are. And when you accept nothing less than this kind of love, you honor yourself. You affirm your worthiness. You declare to the world that your heart is not a playground for uncertainty, but a sacred space for devotion. Remember, this guessing is not love. Confusion is not love. Silence is not love. You are worthy of a love that is safe, steady, and true. Today, open your heart to that truth. Believe that it is possible. Believe that you are worthy of it. And when you do, you will no longer settle for love that makes you question. Instead, you will receive love that makes you whole. Because you, my dear, deserve a love that feels safe. Always, love in its purest form is a soothing presence. It is the quiet rhythm that steadies your breath, the calm after a storm, the gentle reminder that you are safe to be yourself. Love is not a puzzle that you must endlessly try to solve, nor a code you must crack in order to feel secure. When love is true, it does not leave you questioning your place in someone's heart. It does not keep you waiting for answers that never come. Instead, it flows with ease, bringing with it a sense of peace that allows you to rest in its embrace. So often, people are taught to believe that love must be dramatic, chaotic, or full of uncertainty. We confuse unpredictability with passion and silence with mystery. Yet love that leaves you anxious or unsettled is not love in its highest form. True love will never make you feel small or invisible. True love will never demand that you sacrifice your inner calm just to hold on to it. Love is meant to be the very opposite, a soft place to land, a space where your soul feels nourished and your heart feels secure. When love is peaceful, it allows you to grow. It encourages you to expand, to open, to rise into the best version of yourself. It is not threatened by your strength, nor does it diminish your light. Instead, it celebrates who you are and supports who you are becoming. In this space of safety, you are free to be honest, to share your truth, to laugh deeply, to cry openly, and to express yourself without fear of rejection. Peaceful love brings clarity. It speaks with honesty, with kindness, with openness. You do not need to read between the lines or wait for mixed signals to make sense. The words are simple, the actions are consistent, the presence is steady, and in that steadiness your heart relaxes. You feel at home, not only with the other person, but within yourself. When love is confusing, your energy becomes scattered. You are left wondering, doubting, second-guessing. You begin to question your worth, to silence your needs, to adjust your truth just to hold on to something that was never meant to weigh you down. But when love is peaceful, the opposite happens. You begin to stand taller. You begin to speak with clarity. You begin to trust yourself more deeply. Peaceful love empowers you. It strengthens you. It reminds you that you are whole. Love is meant to bring you peace because peace is the soil where intimacy grows. It is the space where trust blooms and where two souls can truly connect without fear. Peaceful love is not about constant highs and lows. It is about a steady flame that never burns out, a flame that warms you without consuming you. It is a love that does not demand you abandon yourself, but welcomes you exactly as you are. Safe love is not about molding yourself to fit into someone else's expectations. It is not about shrinking your light so that another person can feel comfortable. Safe love honors your essence. It recognizes your uniqueness as something beautiful, something to be cherished, not something to be corrected. When you are in the presence of safe love, you feel free to breathe. You feel free to express your truth without fear of judgment. You don't have to wear a mask or pretend to be what you think someone else desires. Instead, you can simply be yourself, your authentic, unfiltered, genuine self. And in that authenticity, you are embraced, not rejected. You are celebrated, not diminished. So many times people enter relationships believing they must earn love by becoming better, quieter, stronger, more agreeable, or less themselves. But love that demands you abandon pieces of your soul is not safe love. It is conditional love. It is love with limits. And the truth is you deserve more than conditions. You deserve a love that makes room for all of you. The laughter and the tears, the strength and the softness, the certainty and the uncertainty. Safe love says, I see you and you are enough. It does not seek to change your core. Instead, it creates a safe space for you to evolve naturally. It encourages you to chase your dreams, to speak your thoughts, to follow your passions. Safe love does not compete with your growth. It supports it. It does not ask you to tone down your brilliance. It shines alongside you. When love is safe, it becomes a mirror. It reflects back to you your worth, your beauty, your value. It reminds you of your goodness when you forget. It holds you gently when you are vulnerable and cheers you on when you are strong. Safe love teaches you that you do not have to be perfect to be worthy of affection. You only need to be real. And perhaps the most powerful part of safe love is that it invites you to honor yourself. When you are honored by someone else, you begin to see the truth that was always there, that you are lovable as you are right now. You don't need to earn it. You don't need to chase it. You don't need to guess at it. Safe love flows toward you naturally because it recognizes the wholeness that already exists within you. Safe love does not silence your voice. It listens to it. It does not erase your identity. It treasures it. It does not punish your vulnerability. It protects it. In this kind of love, you can rest knowing that your soul is seen and respected. You can lean into the connection without fear of being too much or not enough. Because safe love understands that who you are is exactly who you were meant to be. Real love is steady. It does not appear one day with warmth and vanish the next into silence. It does not offer affection in moments and then pull away without reason. Real love shows up. It is present, dependable, and reliable. You never have to chase after it or plead for it to stay, because true love does not waver when life becomes complicated. Begging for consistency is often what happens when someone gives you just enough to hold on, but not enough to feel secure. It keeps you in a cycle of hope and disappointment, waiting for the next message, the next moment of tenderness, the next time they will show up fully. But love is not meant to keep you waiting at the edges of someone else's attention. Love is meant to make you feel safe at the center of its care. Consistency is love in action. It is the daily choice to honor the connection, to nurture it, and to show up even when it isn't easy. Real love doesn't vanish when challenges arise. It doesn't hide when emotions run deep. Instead, it leans in. It remains steady. Because real love understands that trust is built not through grand gestures, but through small, reliable acts of presence. When love is real, you do not wonder when you will hear from them or if they will care tomorrow as much as they do today. Their actions and their words align. Their care is not conditional on convenience, nor is their affection something you must constantly earn. Real love does not play with your emotions by keeping you uncertain. Instead, it provides a steady rhythm, a dependable heartbeat you can trust. Consistency does not mean perfection. It does not mean someone will never make mistakes or never disappoint you. What it means is that even in those moments, they take responsibility, they repair, and they continue to show up. Real love is not about being flawless. It is about being reliable, about returning again and again to the commitment of care. You never have to beg for this kind of love. The moment you find yourself pleading for someone's attention, chasing after their words, or shrinking yourself so they will stay is the moment to remember this is not what real love feels like. Love that is true does not need convincing. It does not need constant reminders to treat you with care. It naturally chooses consistency because it values you, it values the bond, and it values the peace that stability brings. Consistency is the foundation of trust. Without it, love feels fragile and uncertain. With it, love feels like home. And when you experience a love that is steady, you no longer carry the weight of doubt. You no longer wonder where you stand. You no longer feel the need to beg. Because consistency is freely given as a natural expression of secure love is like fertile soil. It allows everything within you to bloom. When love is secure, you feel supported to stretch beyond your comfort zone, to explore your dreams, and to expand into your highest potential. It is not a love that clips your wings. It is a love that teaches you how to fly. In a secure relationship, there is no need to walk on eggshells or censor your truth. You do not live in fear of upsetting the other person by being authentic. Instead, you are encouraged to speak, to express, to share your vision, your hopes, your challenges. Secure love does not silence you. It invites you to bring more of yourself forward. It says, your growth is not a threat to me. It is something I celebrate. Fear-based love, on the other hand, makes you smaller. It forces you to constantly question what you should say, how you should act, or whether your progress will push the other person away. In this environment, growth feels unsafe, and so you keep parts of yourself hidden. Over time, your soul begins to shrink under the weight of this fear, and you forget that love is meant to nourish, not restrain. Secure love feels like a sanctuary. It holds you with kindness when you doubt yourself and stands beside you when you take bold steps forward. It reminds you that mistakes are not failures, but lessons. That setbacks are not reasons to give up, but opportunities to learn. In the presence of secure love, you feel brave enough to try, to risk, to dream, because you know you will not be abandoned in the process. Growth requires freedom. The freedom to evolve, to make changes, to follow new paths. A secure love provides this freedom, not by controlling you, but by trusting you. It does not demand that you stay the same just to preserve someone else's comfort. Instead, it understands that true intimacy grows when two people honor each other's individual journeys while walking together. In a secure love, encouragement replaces criticism. Understanding replaces judgment. Support replaces fear. You do not have to earn permission to shine, to heal, or to transform. You are already granted the sacred right to be fully alive, fully becoming, fully you. This kind of love is not threatened by your light. It is inspired by it. It does not compete with your growth. It contributes to it. It does not diminish your dreams. It protects them. And as you grow, as you evolve, as you step more fully into your own power, secure love grows with you, becoming deeper, richer, and more expansive. Because real love, the kind that is rooted in security, does not ask you to choose between love and freedom. It teaches you that both can exist together. It shows you that love is not a cage, but a garden. A place where your soul is free to communication is the heartbeat of love. Without it, even the strongest connection begins to weaken. Words are not just sounds in the air. They are bridges between souls. When love is real, those bridges are built with clarity and kindness, not with silence, confusion, or cruelty. You deserve words that feel safe to receive, words that build you up instead of tearing you down, words that leave no room for doubt about where you stand in someone's heart. Clear communication is love in action. It does not leave you guessing, wondering, or decoding hidden meanings. Instead, it speaks truth with openness. It tells you where you stand. It expresses care not only through gestures, but also through honesty. In real love, there is no need to read between the lines or carry the heavy burden of uncertainty. You deserve to know without hesitation that you are valued. Kindness, too, is essential. Words can be sharp weapons or gentle medicine. They can wound or they can heal. Love chooses kindness, even in conflict. It seeks understanding instead of blame, compassion instead of harshness. You deserve a partner, a companion, a friend in love who speaks to you with respect, who chooses gentleness even in moments of disagreement. For kindness is not weakness, it is strength. It is the power to keep hearts open, even when challenges arise. So many people settle for love that communicates through silence, through avoidance, or through words that leave scars. But that is not the kind of communication you were created for. You deserve love that speaks with clarity, I am here. I care about you. You are important to me, and you deserve love that speaks with kindness, especially when life feels heavy. Clear and kind communication creates safety. It builds trust. It allows you to feel confident that you are seen, heard, and understood. It removes the fear of misinterpretation, the anxiety of waiting for answers, the pain of being dismissed. Instead, it offers steady reassurance your feelings matter. Your thoughts are welcome. Your presence is treasured. When love is clear, you don't have to chase explanations. When love is kind, you don't have to fear punishment for being vulnerable. Together, clarity and kindness create a foundation where intimacy can flourish. They allow you to open your heart without hesitation because you know it will be received with care. You deserve this kind of communication. Not sometimes, not only when things are easy, but always. You deserve a love where words are not weapons, but instruments of connection, where honesty is consistent and kindness is the language spoken every day. You deserve to be spoken to in a way that nourishes your soul and leaves you feeling more whole, not less love. When it is true, feels like a return to yourself. It is not a constant chase or a heavy weight pressing on your spirit. Instead, it is a warmth that settles in your chest, a calmness that tells you, you belong here. Home is not a place, it is a feeling. And real love gives you that feeling of belonging. It is a space where your heart can finally rest without fear of rejection, without anxiety about tomorrow, without the need to constantly prove your worth. When love is right, it does not stir restlessness in your soul. You do not spend your nights questioning whether you matter or wondering if their affection will disappear tomorrow. Instead, you feel grounded, you feel steady, you feel the ease of knowing that love is not fleeting, not conditional, not something that must be chased to survive. Real love is not a storm of uncertainty, it is the shelter from it. Restless love, on the other hand, drains your spirit. It keeps you on edge, always waiting for the next moment of approval or fearing the next wave of disappointment. It makes you doubt yourself, question your worth, and silence your needs just to keep the connection alive. But love should not feel like a battlefield. Love should not keep you in a state of longing, always reaching but never arriving. A love that feels like home allows you to breathe fully. It accepts the quiet moments as much as the joyful ones. It does not require constant performance or endless effort to be maintained. In this kind of love, silence is not empty. It is peaceful. Presence is not demanding. It is comforting. You are free to simply be, and that is enough. When your heart feels at home in love, you do not need to seek validation outside of yourself. You know you are safe, supported, and accepted. You do not question your place. You know you are welcome. And in that welcome, your heart expands. You become softer, stronger, more open. You learn that real love is not about restless longing, but about quiet assurance. Think of the times you have felt most at home in your life, the places where you could exhale deeply, the people who made you feel safe to show your truest self. That is what love should be, not chaos, not confusion, not a restless cycle of highs and lows, but a steady embrace, a constant reminder that you are exactly where you need to be. Love should not keep you wandering, always searching for proof. It should root you deeply, like strong soil around a growing tree. It should remind you that your heart has a place where it belongs, a place where it can rest without fear, without doubt. Without love should never be a riddle you are left to solve. It should not leave you scanning for hidden meanings, overanalyzing every word, or questioning the silence between messages. Guessing where you stand in someone's heart is exhausting. It pulls at your spirit, keeps your mind restless, and wears away at your sense of self-worth. When love makes you guess, it creates tension in your body and unease in your soul. It leaves you wondering, am I enough? Do they care? Will they stay? And this constant uncertainty begins to feel less like love and more like survival. True love, the kind that nurtures, does not demand that you live in confusion. It does not keep you in cycles of doubt. Instead, it provides safety, the kind of safety that allows you to exhale deeply, to trust fully, to rest in the assurance that you are valued. Safety in love is not about control or possession. It is about clarity, consistency, and care. It is about knowing without question that you are important and that your place in someone's life is secure. When you are forced to guess, You start to diminish yourself. You silence your needs, hoping not to push them away. You bend your boundaries, trying to make the connection fit. But in doing so, you lose touch with your own truth. Guessing erodes your confidence. It chips away at your joy. Over time, it teaches you to accept less than you deserve. Safety, however, is the soil where love grows strong. When you feel safe, your spirit thrives. You are free to express yourself without fear of being misunderstood or abandoned. You are free to be honest about your feelings, your hopes, and even your fears. In safety, you no longer need to hide. You no longer need to perform. You no longer need to constantly measure your worth against someone else's unpredictable actions. Love that nurtures brings you peace, not anxiety. It brings you energy, not exhaustion. It lifts you up instead of draining you. It allows you to walk through life with greater courage, knowing that your heart has a steady place to land. Safety in love does not mean everything will always be easy or perfect. It means that even in challenges, you can trust the foundation beneath you. You know the bond is strong enough to hold both your joys and your struggles. And this is why guessing is the opposite of love. Guessing empties you, safety fills you. Guessing unsettles you, safety grounds you. Guessing breaks your spirit, safety heals it. Love that requires constant guessing is not love at all. It is uncertainty disguised as passion. Real love does not need you to question. It invites you to trust. It nurtures you so deeply that you begin to remember your own worth, your own light, there are seasons in life when your heart feels tender, when old wounds resurface, when the weight of the past lingers. In those moments, the kind of love you need is not one that adds to your pain, but one that helps lighten it. You are worthy of love that does not dismiss your struggles or shame you for your scars. You are worthy of love that understands healing is not a straight path, but a journey that requires patience, compassion, and gentleness. Love that supports your healing does not rush you. It does not demand that you be over it before you are ready. Instead, it stands with you as you walk through your process, no matter how long it takes. It says, I see your pain and I will not turn away. I honor your journey and I will not leave just because it is difficult. This kind of love does not fear your vulnerability. It respects it. It does not see your brokenness as a burden. It sees your courage in continuing to move forward. When you are healing, your soul longs for safety. You need space to unravel old patterns, to release old hurts, to rediscover your strength. Love that supports your healing provides that space. It listens without judgment. It offers comfort without control. It holds you in moments when you cannot hold yourself. And it reminds you that you are not alone. You are not meant to heal in isolation. While your journey is deeply personal, the right kind of love can act as a gentle companion along the way. It can encourage you when you feel weak, celebrate your progress when you take small steps forward, and remind you of your worth when you forget it yourself. Healing is not about being fixed. It is about becoming whole again. And love that supports healing helps you see the wholeness that is already within you. This kind of love does not use your wounds against you. It does not shame you for having them. Instead, it speaks life into the parts of you that ache. It says, you are not too broken. You are not too much. You are not unworthy. It reflects back the truth that you are lovable, not despite your scars, but including them, for they are part of your story. You are worthy of this kind of love, the love that helps you rise instead of pushing you down, the love that whispers encouragement when your inner critic is loud, the love that gives you the freedom to rest when you need to and the courage to grow when you are ready. This love does not hinder your healing. It becomes a part of it. It is love that sits quietly beside you in your pain and also celebrates with you as you step into your light. You are worthy of love that supports, that soothes, that strengthens. That healthy love is not rushed. It is not erratic, nor is it here one day and gone the next. Instead, it carries a rhythm, a steady heartbeat you can trust. It does not depend on moods, circumstances, or fleeting emotions. Healthy love chooses to show up again and again in both quiet moments and difficult ones. This steadiness becomes a foundation you can lean on, a reminder that love is not about intensity that fades, but about constancy that endures. Patience is at the heart of healthy love. It understands that people are not perfect, that growth takes time and that healing cannot be forced. Patience allows for mistakes without condemnation. It creates room for learning, for change, for becoming. It does not demand instant transformation or flawless behavior. Instead, it gently supports the unfolding of each soul, honoring the process rather than rushing the outcome. In patience, love shows its depth because it proves that it is willing to wait, willing to stand by you, willing to walk slowly if that is what your heart needs. Reassurance is another gift of healthy love. It speaks softly to the parts of you that fear abandonment, rejection, or betrayal. It reminds you through both words and actions that you are safe, that you are cherished, that you are not alone. Reassurance does not come from constant declarations, but from consistent presence. It is in the call that comes when promised, the hand that reaches for yours without hesitation, the steady voice that says, I am here. In unhealthy love, you are often left guessing, doubting, or questioning whether the connection is real. But in healthy love, reassurance flows naturally. It does not leave you to wonder where you stand. Instead, it anchors you. It tells you through reliability and kindness that your heart is in a safe place. Steadiness, patience, reassurance. These qualities may not always feel dramatic or fiery, but they are the quiet power that sustains love over time. They are what allow you to build trust, to rest in the connection, and to grow without fear. Healthy love is not a roller coaster of highs and lows. It is a steady path where two people can walk side by side, knowing that the ground beneath them will not give way. When love is steady, you can relax. When love is patient, you can heal. When love is reassuring, you can open your heart wider than ever before. This is the kind of love that nourishes your spirit, that strengthens your soul, that allows intimacy to deepen day by day. It is not rushed, not forced, not inconsistent. It is a love that says, I choose you again and again, no matter how long it takes, no matter how far we have to walk, no matter how many times we must begin again. Healthy love carries the quiet strength of commitment, the gentle power of understanding, and the steady flame that continues to burn even when the winds of life. Every choice you make in love is also a choice you make about yourself. When you choose safe love, you are not only inviting peace and stability into your life, you are also affirming your own worth. You are declaring that your heart is sacred, that your soul is valuable, and that your well-being matters. Safe love is not just about how another person treats you. It is about how deeply you respect yourself enough to accept nothing less. Self-respect whispers, I deserve to be honored, not harmed. I deserve love that builds me, not breaks me. And when you listen to that voice, you naturally align yourself with safe love. You begin to set boundaries not as walls of fear, but as doors of protection. You learn to say no to chaos, no to manipulation, no to inconsistency, because you know that these things diminish your spirit. Choosing safe love often means walking away from what feels familiar but is unhealthy. It means no longer tolerating relationships that leave you anxious, drained, or unseen. It means valuing your own peace above the illusion of connection. This can be one of the bravest acts of self-respect, to release what hurts, even when it feels hard, and to wait for the love that heals. Safe love reflects the dignity you carry within. It honors your voice, your needs, your emotions. It treats your vulnerability with care and your boundaries with respect. When you choose this kind of love, you are saying to yourself, I am worthy of being treated well. I am worthy of being valued. I am worthy of a love that feels safe in both words and actions. Self-respect does not settle for half love or almost love. It does not accept being an option, a convenience, or an afterthought. It calls you to stand tall, to recognize your worth, and to refuse anything that causes you to betray yourself. Choosing safe love is, in truth, choosing yourself, choosing to protect your heart, your peace, your future. And here's the beauty when you honor yourself in this way. Love that is safe and respectful naturally finds you, because the energy of self-respect attracts relationships that mirror it. When you radiate worthiness, you no longer draw in people who benefit from your silence or your compromise. Instead, you invite those who recognize your value and rise to meet it. Safe love and self-respect go hand in hand. One cannot exist without the other. The more you choose love that honors your dignity, the stronger your self-respect grows. And the stronger your self-respect becomes, the easier it is to choose love that is safe. This is not selfishness. It is self-honoring. It is remembering that your heart deserves to be cherished, your spirit deserves to be protected, and your life deserves to be shared with love that supports rather than as we come to the close of this journey together. Remember this truth. Love is meant to be a safe haven, not a storm of uncertainty. You are not born to chase love that confuses you, wounds you, or makes you question your worth. You were born to receive a love that feels steady, kind, and nourishing, a love that allows you to breathe deeply, rest peacefully, and grow freely. Safe love is not about perfection. It is about presence. It is about consistency that does not require begging, communication that is clear and kind, and connection that honors who you truly are. Safe love does not silence your voice. It invites it. It does not shrink your spirit. It nurtures it. It does not demand that you sacrifice your peace. It becomes a space where peace naturally lives. You deserve a love that feels like home, not one that keeps your heart restless. You deserve the kind of love that supports your healing, celebrates your growth, and walks with you patiently as you evolve. This love will never make you question your value because it mirrors back the truth you already carry within. You are worthy, you are enough, and you are deserving of safety in every bond you build. Choosing safe love is at its core choosing self-respect. It is standing tall in your worth and refusing to settle for anything that diminishes your light. It is the courage to walk away from confusion, from inconsistency, from harm, and the faith to trust that what is meant for you will honor you. Safe love is not a luxury reserved for a few. It is a birthright available to all who choose themselves first. So let this message rest deeply in your heart. You are not difficult for desiring safety. You are not asking for too much when you ask for clarity, kindness, and consistency. You are asking for what is right, what is sacred, what is aligned with your soul. And the moment you decide to honor yourself fully, you open the door to receive the love that matches your worth. The love that feels safe, steady, and true. Because in the end, the greatest act of love you can ever choose is the love that respects you enough to never make you question your value.